There you go. How you doing, all you guys and gals out there in YouTube land? RG here for Ron's Beer Reviews and Tools. I think we have a good one today from Jack's Abby's. Sounds pretty good. Before Prohibition, I got a hand signal from the camera lady.
Have fun.
Are you going?
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
For the setup. Back to the brew. We're losing our camera lady, and all she knows about all the producing, so I'll have to be on my own. All right. This is it here. Jack's Abbey Pre-Pro. This means pre-prohibition. Prohibition went from 17th of January 1920 to 5th of December 1933, and that ended prohibition for alcohol, and people were out there celebrating and enjoying many brews. You will see a lot of brews dedicated their labels and etc. to 1933. You'll see number 33 on a number of their labels, or even some of the beers called 33. I know in Vietnam, one of the big beers in Vietnam was 33, and the Rolling Rock had number 33 on the back, and it signified the end of Prohibition, 1933. But they had games going that it was 33 was the amount of letters in Rolling Rock beer and etc. But 33 was pretty pretty knowledgeable and out about the beer being 1933 and Prohibition. Stumbled on my words there, but excuse me. A little cool here right now, 57 degrees. Had been nice earlier, but the temperature's going down. And 57 isn't bad for an autumn day. The sun's still out from eastern Massachusetts. Okay, let me get some information here for Jack's Abbey Brewing Company. We do have a phone number. It's 508-872-0900. That's the office. The other number is the beer hall. That seems to be the most important one. 774-777-5085. And that'll be the beer hall. You can get all the information there. How they're selling it. Can you pick it up curbside? The beer hall open, where they have for foods there. I've heard they have a fantastic pizza there. I've never been there, but they have a fantastic pizza. Let's get more precise on the address there. They're at 100 Clinton Street, Framingham, Massachusetts. That's their address. Alright, this pre-prohibition Pilsner, it's a Pilsner beer. Back then, this was 1920 when they started the prohibition. So through all the late 1800s and 1900s, a lot of big immigration from Germany. And a lot of their beers and so forth are still around today on their recipes. This one kind of probably died out because from 13 years, a lot of things changed. New hops came on the market. A lot of hops died off. Different malts, different brewers, and so forth. But the Germans had a big influx in Massachusetts here. A lot of breweries, and their head brewers and owners were of German descent. They were immigrants from Germany. Let's see what else we got on here. This goes through a unique, they call it a double mash deconcoction. It's the way they brew the beer, part of the brewing process. And it's kind of old school, the deconcoction. They used American hops, strictly American hops back then, even though there was a lot of German immigrants that knew the noble hops were very, very nice, very flavorful for the brews. But the hops back then that we had for the beers were very good at the time for us. All right, it's 5% alcohol by volume, but let's get to it. I don't want to run this too long. The sun's setting in the west. All right, we got the glass. Camera lady's gone, so I can't find out the info, but we used this, I think, prior on another beer review. Carol Fixes All. Pterodactyl, he goes by. His son Junior and a neighbor there that's kind of sleazy kind of guy, kind of get around like get everything for free or bargain on everything. Slippers, they call them. The 3 characters, and they have a couple more they put in there. These do little skits on his channel, on the little post that he does in videos. He does, they have a little skit going while he's actually fixing a lot of equipment, lawnmowers, snow blowers, drivable lawn tractors, and just a number of things he fixes on, generators. There's a number of things. If you got a chance, go to his channel, Terrell Fixes All on YouTube. All right, let's get to the brew. My #1 fan. My daughter says I take my monologues too long. I talk too much, too long. Just get to the beer, pour it, and see what it's like, and tell the folks. All right. Let's see what this. Whoa, it's a lot light. I don't know why the presumption was that it was going to be dark, or darker than this is. That's really light. Whoa. Whoa. Usually when it's dark, you don't get much of a head, so it's pouring somewhat aggressively. As you can see right there. Boy, and I am amazed. Alright, there's the brew here. It looks a little bit more talking on it. And they had, you saw it earlier. In the years leading up to Prohibition, there was an explosion of breweries built by German immigrants, what I had just mentioned. And they were brewing beers that took the best of their land and our land to make a real good beer. And many of those were in the home state of Massachusetts. And that is true. We have a number of, I don't know now, they may have knocked down a number of them, but there was a large quantity of abandoned breweries. I know Narragansett's backing up, but they had back up and working, but they had a big, huge brewery in Cranston, Rhode Island. I remember seeing it years ago. Went by there, and it was big. It was a big brewery. It was a very popular beer at one time, Narragansett. I like Narragansett. It's a good brew. All right, let's get back to this here, so we can. Nice creamy head on this here. Now this is the way they brewed it is pre-Prohibition. So it's before 1920. I do not know if they had got together and got some recipes, but they do. This brewery, Jack the Abbey's 3 brothers, Sam, Jack, and Eric Handler, they do a lot of investigating into a brew before they brew it. They brewed a lot of brews in conjunction with other countries. You've seen them. The ones that I think I've done so far, Japan, Iceland, and Argentina. And they get in touch with a brewery over there, and the owner or the head brewer, and come together and they brew a beer with the best of both countries. Let's see what else we have on here. This pre-Prohibition, like I say, it's a Pilsner style lager. It's a lager, but in the German sense, it's like it's a Pilsner. It's a lager, but a branch of a lager, a Pilsner. Sorry for the background noise. Suddenly you get traffic picking up. It had been all day. Oh, that smells a sweetness to it. Sweetness, malty. Now, I haven't been drinking a lot of the Macco Brewery, the lager. I haven't been drinking, and just brings me back to that. Not overly, not as sweetness of the malt that you get in the big Macco Brews. Not that they're cloyingly sweet, but you know that they have that sugar essence, that corn essence to it. The sweetness. Oh, that really, that's a good aroma. I thought I'd put down the hops. No, I guess I didn't. I thought I'd put down some information that I'd gotten. Getting like a lot of the macro brew, that crackly, cereal aroma from the malt. Now it's plain sweetness. That's really a fine looking brew. It's fine. Not bad aroma. I mean, very different from the craft brews. Very, and you know it's a lager when you're smelling it. All right, cheers. Ooh. Oh, it's crisp. Somewhat of a corn background on the flavor on your tongue. Full medium body to this. I mean, it looks light. Look how light it is and clear it is. A nice medium body. No alcohol presence, even though it's 5%. Some beers you can pick up a presence of alcohol. Maybe 5%. It's a little low. Has definitely a little bit of maybe a Pilsner flavor, a little bit different than a straight lager. I do not know what hops are used in this, and my assumption is that because it's brewed today, nowadays, 2022, and not before Prohibition, they can have altered, the brewers can have altered a little bit instead with the strict recipe. I'm under the assumption that it's a strict recipe before 1920, pre-Prohibition, and it probably is. And beers may have tasted better before Prohibition until 1933, when all kinds of stuff was gone from the market and other stuff came on the market for brewing. Remember now, 13 years is a long time. They couldn't brew or make any kind of a drink with alcohol in it. Very drinkable. I don't know why. I always thought beers brewed before 1920 all were more darker than this, and maybe because of the can and the name pre-Prohibition. I just assume. But now that I think about it, I've seen beers that people that had opened, they weren't that old. I was gonna say, I've seen old people that had on YouTube open beer cans, but they're mostly from the late 40s to the 50s, and they were kind of light. I don't know if they were that light now that I'm thinking about it, but I do know they were I call them West Coast brews, or typical IPA that have that definitely darker color. Sometimes the red, you get it through the light, like a little redness. Excuse me. It's very drinkable. It definitely could be a sessionable brew. Sit down with your family and friends and drink a few of these in the afternoon, watching a game of some sort, baseball game, drinking some gin rummy, have a few of these brews. Very drinkable. I do not know if this is on a limited edition. It doesn't say that it is, so maybe they will be keeping this on shelves always. We will see. All right, so I'm not going to run this too long. Very drinkable, very enjoyable. You see what the beer looks like. You see what my taste buds are tasting. Yes, I would get this again. I hope to get it again. And in the words of Jackson Abbey Brewery, instead of cheers, they say Prost. So, have a good day, folks. If you're going to drink alcohol, Don't drive or run heavy equipment. Prost. That's good.